Hi, my name is wolfezglass, and I was just on the Keith Andrews show, and it was a lot of fun. He asked me some interesting questions, really made me think about some great questions. I actually have not had an interview with so many in-depth questions in a long time, so I hope you enjoy the interview. Thank you. Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Keith Andrew, and you're watching the one and only Keith Andrew Network. It is 773. That's right, 773. I am your host, Keith Andrew. Today we are here with Professor Wolfe Glass. It's a real honor and privilege having me as a guest. And first question right out of the box is, what can you tell our audience a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me. I'm a singer-songwriter, and I'm also I teach a healing martial art called Taigong. I created it myself. It's a combination of Tai Chi and Qigong, and it's for healing.
No, that's pretty cool. Now, I saw that you are also a upcoming professional singer.
Yeah, I'm a singer-songwriter, so I write my own songs, and I've been writing songs. I'm actually currently doing a 100-day song challenge. I'm recording and putting a song every day on social media for 100 days, mostly original songs. So I'm up to today will be day 75, I believe.
Oh, that sounds really good. Now, the other question I want to ask you is, you mentioned you have an upcoming performance. Now, what can you tell us about our fans that want to join in, and how can they take part?
Sure. There's a new platform called Creative Exchange, and someone asked me to play for a benefit that they're raising money for a school in the West African nation of Benin for music school for children. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. to 3, I'll be doing an hour of my songs.
All right, so the next question I want to ask you is, what type of genre do you cater to? Rock and roll, country?
That's a great question. There's a variety. I don't really stick to one genre. Last night on my 100-day song challenge, I did a reggae song. Today I'm doing a Brazilian song. The day before that, I did a 12-bar blues. I'm really don't have any fixed style of music, but I would say when I play with my acoustic guitar, it sounds a little bit more folky, like American style. And when I play with a band, it probably sounds a little bit more like rhythm and blues.
Oh, absolutely. And the other question I want to ask you is, how can our listeners get involved with you? Are you on social media?
Yeah, I have a website, and that'll link them to all the other platforms, Instagram. So my website is www.wolfeglassmusic. So it's WOLFE. So it's like the animal, but you put an E at the end, and glass like a drinking glass. So wolfeglassmusic.com.
Oh, that's very interesting. Now, the other question I want to ask you is, because you are an upcoming professional singer, has that inspired you to find other hidden talents that you didn't know that you had?
Other hidden talents? Yeah, I like I've been interested in doing voiceovers. I do different character, like I make up strange little voices, kind of like Jim Carrey. I've been doing it even before I ever heard of Jim Carrey. Me and my friends would do it as teenagers. So I definitely I like acting. I like to be on the screen, and voiceovers would be a great thing to get into.
No, and did you know, if you're a singer, most singers They always tell you about the breathing exercise and controlling the volume of your throat and your voice. Most singers are perfect for voiceover actors, and most voiceover actors are perfect for singing. So it's kind of funny how those two actually go together.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of people say that the way I talk is not the way I sound. But when I was studying voice years ago, the teacher who I studied with, he said that our singing voice is actually our real voice.
That's really interesting. So the other question I want to ask you is, what is the biggest change that you made in your acting career? Actually, let me rephrase that. What is the biggest change you have made in your singing career?
The biggest change would be to do the two things would be that now I release singles instead of releasing CDs. I found it more effective to release song by song instead of a whole CD. And the other thing is that I have branched out. I've been singing in different languages. So I sing in Portuguese. I always have because I lived in Brazil, but now I'm starting to sing a little bit in French. I studied French a little bit. And the last thing, the big change would be that the Zoom, the whole thing about doing concerts on video as opposed to being in a bar or a venue.
Well, the good thing about doing it on Zoom is you don't have any angry drunks throwing drinks at you.
Angry what?
Angry drunks.
That's true, and you don't have one of the problems in playing with bars before the shutdown is sometimes the sound of the people talking in the bar can be, if it's not a listening venue, it can be really sometimes louder than you, it seems like.
That's right. And it mostly depends on the type of room. Voiceover actors have the padding because when the sound frequency of your voice hits the pattern will absorb it. Like when you talk into, say, if you do a speaking engagement in a gymnasium, there's wide open spaces, so your voice gets to flutter out. Then, say, if you're in a, I don't know, bedroom, it's a small room, so all that energy can't really expand. So you get to hear different frequencies. And sometimes, that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. But especially in a bar where you have so many people and you have people moving around and different energy around. So a bar is not really a good place to sing. You need find something where it has some pretty cool sticks that kind of will benefit.
Yeah.
But don't always, say, okay, whatever gig comes your way, whatever gigs come your way, don't have the personality and say, I'm going to take whatever I can get. Because if you do, people would say, oh, give him anything. He will take at the first jump. But you also set yourself up for failure as well.
Mm.
But the other question I do want to talk to you about is, as you're being a professional singer and you have sang a whole bunch of great songs, have you ever been given any best personal advice on maybe you should cater to one genre of music than another?
No, I didn't get that advice. I got other advice about songwriting, but I never got that advice so far.
No, absolutely. Now, the other one I want to ask you is having a brain fart. With what is your most favorite venues that you have worked for, and what is your expectations? Like oxymoron, I know. Do you want to work for? Um, I almost said Woodbury Commons. You want to work for Woodbury Commons, but did you ever want to go like say Madison Square Garden, Jones Beach, Westbury? Do those venues appeal to you, or do you think just having the opportunity and privilege to perform what you love it's good enough.
I would say my favorite place to play is a place uptown. Are you in New York City?
Yes.
There's a place uptown called the Shrine. I played there a lot before the shutdown. I really liked that venue. Um, and I would say that for me, the place that I haven't played at like a big venue, which would be a milestone for me, would be at the Apollo.
No, I'm not like a singer by any stretch of the imagination, but just having the opportunity, I would love any opportunity to come out and speak in front of a huge crowd. But, if I had to choose a small venue, I would say Westbury and Long Island. That's perfect. And what's great about it is the stage actually rotates. So while you're standing in one spot, the stage will move so everyone in the arena can get to see you. So Westbury, hands down, is one of my favorites. During the summer, I would recommend Jones Beach because you have the beach
Yeah,
and you get the concert. So it's killing, I hate the express and killing two birds with one stone. Madison Square Garden, home of WrestleMania, home of the New York Rangers, home of one of the greatest cities in the world. Um, there's so many other great places. There's Toronto Sky Dome. You mentioned Apollo, where a whole bunch of great comedians actually go to and performed. And
yeah,
so it's, as my friend once said to me, enjoy the journey, not the destination.
yeah, that's true.
Now, the next question I want to ask you is what is your biggest fear? Like, what do everyone has plans, everyone wants to do this, everyone wants to do that, but this Corona, it's funny because everyone has a plan until they're punched in the face. And
Yeah.
this Corona is a perfect example of saying it doesn't matter if you have plans, something will always come up and sucker punch you. So with everything that you accomplish in the music
Mhm.
industry, have you feel that you got the carpet ripped out from underneath you, or is this an opportunity for you to step back and regroup?
I would say both because right before the shutdown, um, I was about to go to Holland, to Amsterdam, to play in a big club there. They were going to pay me pretty good money. They were going to pay for everything. It was going to be a great opportunity. They were even talking about touring, setting up a tour in Italy as well. The person had a lot of money, and then that got shut down. That was going to happen in May. But I would say that the opportunity with the shutdown was to work on my brand, work on the package, so to speak. Who is Wolf Glass when he comes out after the pandemic, when things come back to being in person eventually? I have more some of something to give. So I got to work on. I also got to work on the business aspect of the music business, which I never had any interest in. Like I opened up my own publishing company and LLC, things like that. I created a logo. So stuff like the business side of the music, I focused on that.
No, I wish you the very best in that.
Thank you.
But the next one I want to ask you, going back to your music career, is kind of there's so many very interesting questions I want to ask you. How have you? Okay, this one's good. With what is you look at all the great bands out there, Kiss, Iron Maiden, Rush. They have their power ballads, whatever you want to call it. They have their power songs. They have some depressing songs. What are the top three songs that you ever written and sang that actually strikes a chord with your audience?
The three top songs for me, that my own songs.
Yes.
That's a good question. So there's one song from my second CD, Southern Skies. A lot of people like that song. There was another song that I wrote the week of 9/11. It's called The Days of Innocence. That was from my first CD. People always seem to love that song. And the last song is a cover song. It's a Brazilian song called Águas de Março, which means Waters of March, which I do my own rendition of it, and a lot of people love that too.
No, that's pretty interesting. Now I want to change up our format for our last 8 minutes and counting. I haven't done this segment in a long time. I haven't actually done it in 7.5 years, so I think it's time to bring it back. It's
Sure.
called Life After Death, with everything that you experience in life. Being a great singer, being seen and doing so many things. What do you think after you die there will be another big possibility of saying this is not the end, but it will continue? Or what is your opinion about that?
You mean like if we die, like is there an afterlife?
Yes.
Yeah, I definitely think that there's a soul, and it doesn't. I don't think we're just. I don't think we just become dirt, or as my brother-in-law says, food for worms. I think that there is a. I think that's the big question, and even no matter what you believe in, if you have a belief, you really don't know until you cross that 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 line. So yeah, I definitely believe there is a afterlife.
No, I agree. A lot of different ideas have popped in my head. A lot of people are like, oh, when you die, you get reborn and do your life over. I
Yeah.
always thought about doing my life over, knowing everything I know now, just to see how it would play out. But at the same time, like, this is not the end, but is it like we're always on a journey, to find new things? And when something comes to an end, there's always a brand new beginning. Do you think that our current life right now, when we say, okay, someone died, but they're not really dead, they just go on to a different plane and continue living the same life that they have, only it's under certain different conditions. I'll give you an example of what I'm talking about. You know, um, for an example, you look at all these people, like George Collin, Robin Williams, and they passed on. Do you think that they will come back as reincarnation, or do you think they just woke up like it was a dream and you're continuing life, but at a different pace in reality, if that makes any sense?
Yeah, I don't per se believe in reincarnation, though I think it could be possible. I'm not completely against the idea. I don't per se believe in it. I do believe that when we pass on from this physical life, I think we're on a different dimension and realm, but we still exist.
No, I agree with you. Now, wrapping up our talk show, the last segment I'm gonna ask you, but well, not really a segment, question for our audience. Are you on social media, and how can they get a hold of you? Are you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram?
Yeah. I'm on Facebook. I have a music page. It's Wolf Glass. It's Wolf Glass Music or Wolf Glass. Um, and I also have Instagram. It's Wolf, and then in the middle there's a Z. Wolf Z Glass. Hold on. Let me just check. Can you hold on a second?
Yep. And in the meantime, everyone can like and subscribe to the Keith Andrew Network on all social medias. We're on YouTube at the name Keith Andrew Network. We're also on Twitter, Keith Andrew 88, Instagram, Keith Andrew Network, and my main page, the KeithAndrewNetwork.com. Also, you mentioned you have a show or you're promoting that will be in the description when everyone gets to see it. Also, it will be available in the comments where everyone make sure to like and check out our guest's work. And with the last couple minutes, I'm gonna pass it over to you.
Thanks. So yeah, it's my Facebook music page is Wolfe Glass, just like that with an E at the end, with the E at the end of the wolf. Think about like the animal wolf, and then just put an E at the end, and then like a drinking glass. I also have the Instagram, which is Wolf, and then in the middle there's a Z, so wolfezglass. I'm also on LinkedIn, which I use a lot for my videos, Wolfe Glass as well. And if you forget all of that, you can go to the website, which will direct you to all these other platforms, which is wolfezglassmusic.com. And the concert tomorrow will be on Creative Exchange. And what I'll do is, as soon as we finish this, I put it on my personal Facebook page, but I'll put it onto my music page, and people can find the invitation that way.
No, absolutely. Well, wrapping up our interview segment, I do have a question for you for off the air. But wrapping up, it was a real honor and privilege having you as a guest. I just want to say thank you for your time.
I'm Jenny Fine.
Hi, it's Mimi Chen.
Hi, my name is Ellen George.
I'm Shauna Toth.
Hey guys, I'm Anastasia Edwards.
Hi, this is Jackie Nunez.
Hi, I'm Millie Rose.
Hey guys, I'm Alexandria Denise, and you're watching Keith Andrew's show. He's doing a terrific job. Make sure you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more awesomeness.